Hello YouTube, it's Olive and Ants here, and this is my first ever video. I'm going to quickly explain my username. I was originally going to call myself Ant, but that username got taken. I'm going to call myself Ant because without the Olivia bit, which is my middle name, my initials make up the word Ant, which is awesome. So I decided to call myself Olives and Ants because my middle name means olive tree. So I thought, so we just do that. So I did. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a book review. It's going to be a book review for my new favourite book series. The first book got released this January. It's been pretty successful, but it's officially not a bestseller yet, I think. It is. Can't get my face right. Wereworld, Rise of the Wolf by Curtis Jobling, and up there it simply says his destiny awaits. Okay, so I'm going to read you the blurb first and then talk about it. You are the last of the werewolves. Don't fight it, son. Embrace it. Conquer it. Wereworld. When the air is clear, 16-year-old Drew Ferring can pick up the scent of a predator. When the moon breaks through the clouds, a terrifying fever grips him, and when a vicious beast invades his home, his flesh tears, his fingers become claws, and Drew transforms. Forced to flee the family he loves, Drew seeks refuge in the most godforsaken parts of Lycia. But when he is captured by Duke Bergen's bed, Drew must prove he is not the enemy. Can Drew battle the were-creatures determined to destroy him and master the animal within? Well, for a start, I didn't even know about this book. Basically what happened was I was randomly searching on the Puffin website. It's published by Puffin in the UK. I don't know who it's published by in America. I've got the Canadian thing on here, but it hasn't got US. But yeah, yeah, it's £7 over here. I just saw the trailer, I just read about it a bit and I saw the trailer and I'd read people saying it was good, so I thought, oh, let's give this a go. I did not regret it. It's amazing. So, as the blurbs already said, it revolves around a 16-year-old boy named Drew Ferring. Here he is, upside down on the front cover. I will turn it the right way up. There he is. He's got dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes, and there he is in his wolf form, which I think is 6 foot. Not entirely sure. So, by the way, I think the cover is awesome. The book does take a little while to get into. It takes about 3 chapters to really get going, but once you get going, it's really good. It's non-stop and it's action, and it's just, I love this. So what happens is basically this monster attacks, and because of how things work out, because Drew is with his mother at the time, and his dad and Drew's twin brother are out doing at market. Actually, they are at market, and Drew is with his mother, and they're sitting down just talking. Drew's feeling a little bit uneasy about something. And he's talking to his mother. And basically this giant hideous monster bursts in. You find out what it is later in the book. And Drew, basically once it kills Drew's mother, Drew goes mental and he transforms into his werewolf form. I do not want to say what it was, but basically the monster leaves. And Drew is left standing there. His dad appears, you know, Drew's father appears, finds Drew in his wolf form. He's going to get this silver poker. Now, silver is illegal in Lycia because it's filled with were creatures, so of course silver kills were creatures. And by the time he gets back with this silver poker, Drew's fled to the Dyewood, which is a massive forest, I think 100 miles long. And he's later found in the spring after hiding out there several months. And he later finds out that his father was in fact King Werger, the previous werelord, like the previous king of Lycia. He was a werewolf, which makes Drew a werewolf, which makes Drew the rightful heir to the throne of Lycia. But the moment it's taken by this tyrannic were lion called King Leopold, So basically, you can imagine Leopold wants him dead and all sorts, and just like having to run around going on a murderous rampage. Well, not exactly a murderous rampage. Anyway, the book itself was written so amazingly. I loved the descriptions, the words used, everything. It was just, you know, the detail and all the different words used. It was so awesome. You know, it was so nice to read something like this. You know, I kept on wanting to read it, and I just generally got hooked. So, if we take a look inside the book, here is the map of Lycia, which I think Curtis Joplin drew. Yeah. Bash right bottom there. That's where lines come from. Okay, next it's split up into 6 parts, plus the epilogue, and like that. Next, print size. The chapters are roughly 10 pages long, and each chapter is decorated with it's got a beautiful chapter head, hand drawn by Curtis Joplin, which I think is awesome. And the print size, yeah, Percy Jackson size print. Okay, you know the first 5 books, yeah, that kind of size print. So it's quite a lot. It's 418 pages long, and yeah, well, now the characters were all completely different, and just generally, oh yeah, awesome. You know, you've got Drew. Yeah, he's likeable, but he's not my favourite character. Gretchen, you want to hit her for about most of the story because she's such a spoiled brat. But right at the end, she becomes nice. But throughout most of the story, you want to hit her because even though Drew saves her, she's still being utterly insulting to her. She kills him a dog and everything. It's like, yeah, you're a werefox, by the way. Then there's Count Vega, who is awesome. He is a were-shark. Now, this is what I really like about this Wereworld, because it doesn't just focus on werewolves, it has like were anything. You don't just have like were mammals, you have like, there's even were lizards referred to, you know, you've got were shark. I bet there'd be a were insect even. Were spider. Were black widow spider. Okay, so the characters, yeah, good. Yeah, Count Vega was an interesting character. He is a bit annoying because he, yeah, he's a bit of an opportunist, and you think, oh, just make up your mind and pick sides. Then there's Vincent, a werebore. I really did not like him because of what he does in the book. I don't want to reveal it because I don't know how many of you have read it, but it's generally, yeah, he's generally not a good character. Then there's Hector, my absolute favourite. He reminded me of Grover out of the Percy Jackson series, because they both like eating and they're both pretty cowardly when it comes to fighting, and Hector was just so funny. Hector's also a bookworm and he likes magic, but he can't really use magic that well, because at one point he accidentally has a zombie running. He like resurrects this guy or something, and he manages to get this zombie that almost kills him or Drew, something like that. So yeah, and use magic. Now how the book ended, I was really annoyed because it left on such a good cliffhanger. It was sort of like, you're in the middle of a fight. It does actually end on sort of like the end of middle of a battle. It's like, oh, what? I want to read more. But yeah, it's incredibly well written. You know, it's just action and just generally awesome. Oh shoot, I can't remember what I wanted to say. I decided to do with Wereworld. Something. I can't remember, but it's definitely. Oh yeah, the second book. The second book is called Rage of Lions. It's being released this summer, the day after my birthday, the 7th of July. It's being released. I cannot wait. because it was originally going to be released next year in January. Because of its success, it's been moved forward. Now what I found, this proves how much of a success it was, right? I bought this in February, it was released in January. This is the 3rd edition of it, which I find pretty funny. And it is generally an awesome book, and if you want to read about, like werewolves, not so much as in romance and not having to hide what they are so much, and just general fighting, good old battles, this is a book for you. There wasn't any romance in this book, which I was pleased about, because romance bores me. But it's pretty obvious there's going to be romance later in the book, and I'm predicting a love triangle between Whiteley, Gretchen, and Drew. Yeah, but seriously, this book, get it. It's incredibly well written. It is meant to be a young adult horror, but I think, well, adults have loved this, and yeah, kids loved it. Basically, this is a book for all ages, and I can definitely see a film coming soon. No, I would seriously read this new series. Everything, it's good, and just read it, okay? Read it, because it's so well. Yeah, it's just a really good idea, and it's one of the few young adult books that doesn't have romance in it. As already said, and it really does involve in the fights and the general awesome stuff. It's just incredible, and it's my new favourite, and that's pretty good considering I don't usually read stuff about animals or were creatures. So, as you can see, it's really good. So yeah, if you're into stuff. Oh, about the transformation thing, they can transform at will, the were creatures, and they can like manipulate their body, so they can grow like the muscles. Count Vega, when he's fighting on land, he can just grow shark teeth, which I think is pretty awesome. But yeah, they can transform will, but they are affected by the moon. Gives them strength, and Drew, because he's the wolf, is most strongly affected by the moon, and they call the moon, or so, I think it's either their god or it's the moon or something. They call the moon Old-Bren. It does have quite a good history. There's a load of history, made up already for the book, and it's just going to be awesome. I cannot wait for the next book. By the way, the next book, it took me a little while to figure out who's on the front cover, but it's definitely Drew on one line, and I think it's Lucian, who's like this sadistic prince. I think it's Lucian. I stared at it for about 5 minutes or something, trying to go, okay, who's he? He's like a towhead, which basically means you were born with platinum blonde hair. He's wearing like crowns for, oh, it's Lucian. Otherwise I'm an idiot.